Shalom Akim, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Salute to sincere Akim out there, the hopeful elect. All right, and we just gonna go. We're gonna go into these scriptures, man, dealing with the intensity of the destruction of America, man. All right, because a lot of our people they're totally unaware that America's gonna be destroyed. They can't conceive it. They're ignorant to that fact, and it doesn't even cross their mind in all reality. All right, our people are so, caught up on this Babylonian culture and philosophy of what the Romans called bread and circus. Okay, wherein our people they just want to be entertained, man. And they some rap shit, and some sports and athletic bullshit, that our people are basically wrapped up into, or religions and philosophies, all kind of mannerism of folly, except when it comes to the prophecies found written in the Holy Bible. Okay, so our people they don't have a clue, man. That's why Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." All right, and you have something called end time eschatology, study of the end times, the times of the end. All right, and our people they have no clue whatsoever what that involves, man. All right, and the so-called white man, they pretty much know, because why? The so-called white man is in rulership. All right, and if you study in the end times and you're in a state of rulership, of course you don't want your world or your society to come to an end. See, our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're accustomed to being second-class citizens and slaves and serfs in a wicked society that we're in. Okay, so you have the utmost respect for your masters and undying love for your oppressors, which is the so-called white man, which according to the Bible, the so-called white man is of the nation of Edom. All right, but you love these devils, man. Okay, and you think that they're superior over you. That's why you take anything that these devils say off of face value, man. As long as they decorate themselves with these, these different titles like doctor and professor and shit like that, Jakes would never second question. You would never second question anybody with those kind of titles, man. All right, you view them as educated and superior and smarter than yourself. Okay, so so that's why I say make statements like the so-called white man is light years ahead of you niggas, man. All right, but when it comes to the elect of the nation of Israel, okay, so-called white man ain't got shit on us, man. And that's through the spirit, through the power and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, giving us knowledge and wisdom and understanding of his word, which is the Holy Bible. All right, like High Priest Ariah said, man, this is the book. The Holy Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world, Mr. So-called white man. And that's why through the spirit, you got brothers waking up, man. You got brothers waking up, and they come out, weekly on the battleground, on the highways and the byways, to condemn your society and condemn your world, man, and condemn you as a nation. All right, okay. So I want to go into some scriptures. All right, because the end time is coming, man. The last few prophecies is left, man. That the last few prophecies that are left are speaking louder more and more and more. All right. So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Yeah, and everybody's in preparation. Well, they're not in preparation for the day of the Lord, but they say it. All right, or they subconsciously believe that is going to be a major event that's going to take place in the world, man. All right, as far as the other nations go, for the most part, 2/3 of Israel, our people they lost. They don't know, man. They just lost sheep. Okay, they just lost sheep. All right, a lot of our people think that America's going to reign forever, that no country can take America down. They don't see what's going on in geopolitics. How you got all of these other countries that's siding with Russia and China, all right, which they call up and coming, with superpowers, up and coming superpowers. Like China's already a superpower. Okay? See, for a long time, it's already been this narrative painted that America and Russia were the two world superpowers. But there's more than just the United States and Russia. As the United States is on a decline, all right? China, okay, and you got countries like Russia has always been a superpower, but you got China is basically is basically ascending, okay, along with other countries that they're invested in. All right, you have the BRIC nations, man. Okay, you have China got the Silk Road thing going on. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called. All right, you got Russia and China doing heavy investments in Africa. Okay, all right. So things about to hit the fan, man. America's falling off. Okay, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. Let me jump back into the scripture, 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, the day of the Lord is coming as a thief of the night, as a thief in the night to these people who are ignorant to his word, which is the 2/3 of Israel and the majority of the people in this world. All right, the so-called white man expects the Lord to return. That's why they call themselves preparing for his second coming. With these space programs that they got. All right, with the development of these nuclear missiles and such. They feel that they're in preparation. All right, but you Jakes out there, you don't know shit, man. You don't know jack. Okay, all right, because you think that the Lord is all loving and all forgiving. Okay, so you ain't got a clue about what the Lord is going to do when he returns. All right, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Okay, so yeah, Yahweh Shai, that's the name of the Lord. He cometh as a thief in the night when you people least expect it. Okay, and if you're not repenting and attempting to adhere to the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Heavenly Father, then the Lord is going to destroy you. He's going to pass judgment on you, man. Plain and simple. All right. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. It says, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. Okay? Yeah, so when the Lord comes back, man, it's going to be terrible things happening. The Lord is coming back to judge the world according to its wicked ways, man. All right? And who promotes all of this wickedness and influence and is a major influence to the world to behave wickedly? That's America. All right? That's America. Okay? America is that beacon of light to the world. The world inspires to be similar to America. All right? And what is America all about? The promotion of homosexuality, the promotion of women's lib, which women's liberty basically allows. It's an allowance for women to be whores and sluts, promiscuous, lesbians, okay, to talk back to men, okay. That's what that's all about, man. It's not even. You can't even call it equal rights. It's really setting women up above men. In all reality, but America promotes that shit, man. Okay, witchcraft, idolatry. You can come to America and worship any god you want. The freedom to worship any god or practice any religion that you so desire that fits you. Okay, America pushes that, man. Now what are they pushing heavy in America? Pedophilia. Okay, when kids are being taught about sex, that's a portion of pedophilia, okay? Because a child's mind is not supposed to be on sex, all right? A child's mind is not supposed to be on sex, worrying about what kind of genitalia he has and worrying about what kind of genitalia the opposite sex has, okay? Children just want to play. They just want to play. They have to be disciplined to learn things, that's beneficial to their health during their upbringing. Okay, all right. But you're not supposed to be advertising sex to these children, man. You know. And a boy knows that he's a boy, and a girl knows that she's a girl. Okay, because even when I was a boy, I had a crush on certain girls I went to school with. Okay, all right. So they know that there's an opposite. I'm a boy and that's a girl. They know that. But then when the school is sitting there trying to teach a boy that trying to mold a boy into wanting to be a girl, that's fucking wicked, man. And that's what America pushes, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord is going to destroy America in different parts of the world, man. All right? It says a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Yeah, man. So all of that about the Lord being all forgiving and all loving, well, it describes the Lord coming back to destroy shit, man. All right? And it describes a day that's going to be horrible, horrific. When you read the Bible, when you actually read the Bible, that's the problem. A lot of people don't read the Bible. They don't, and the ones that do read the Bible, select verses in books and chapters that they read, they don't have no real understanding of it, man. Okay? They don't have the true understanding. You have to match precepts. Okay, first and foremost, the Spirit of the Lord has to be dealing with you, and if the Spirit is dealing with you, then you will be able to match precepts to get a clear understanding of what the scriptures, because all of these prophets, they all seen the same vision at the end of the day. They all seen the same vision, but these prophets come from different parts of Israel and different parts of where Israel was in captivity at. So the lingo was always going to be different. All right? A guy from New York they might, even though they both speak English, but the what's the word I'm looking for, man? The slang is different. Okay? The slang is different. A New York guy's slang is going to be different than a guy's slang from Los Angeles or from down south for that matter. Okay? All right? You use certain different words even though we both talk in English. I might use a word that's commonly said in New York that a person from LA might not understand. So it's the same thing with the prophets, man. The prophets were in different parts of the land of Israel, were different parts in, captivity under the nations, because the Lord said he was going to spread us among the nations. He was going to scatter us among the different nations. Okay? And you had prophets that came out of those nations as well. All right? Okay? So they spoke a certain lingo in a certain type of way that the people spoke in that community that they came from. All right? But nonetheless, they all received the same vision. Okay? It reads on to say, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. All right? And that's what we do. We go out there and we prophesy, man. It says, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Why? Because it's going to be a nuclear destruction that's going to take place. All right? That's why that nuclear missile, that nuclear fire is going to disintegrate your fucking flesh off its bones, like the prophet Zechariah described in the 14th chapter. Okay? All right? That's the effects of a nuclear destruction, man. And that movie Oppenheimer, man, that was a good movie, man. You brothers should check it out if you get the chance, man. I might go see it again. Okay? And that was just dealing with atomic warfare, man. With atomic bombs and such. All right? And really, when you look at the atomic bomb wasn't that devastating in all reality. And what I mean by that, of course, during the time when it was used in 1945, it was super devastating because it changed the course of war in the world. To have a bomb that can totally wipe out portions of a city. Okay, but now, when you think of 1945 into the year 2023, where we at today, and how much these destructive missiles have developed. Okay, you got fucking missiles that can totally wipe out metropolitan areas, man. And then there's a massive amount of them. Okay? This is all in preparation for what? The day of the Lord. Because America's going to be destroyed. America's Babylon the Great that you read about in Revelation, the 18th chapter. All right? That's why the Lord said he would bring distress upon men. Okay? I'm going to read on verse 18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Yeah, because what is your riches going to do for you? Okay? Once the nuclear missiles is shot out them silos and making their way to its designated target, what the fuck can your riches do for you? What can your riches do for you at that day, at that given moment? Not a damn thing. All your riches is going to be burnt up. All right? It says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And that's the fury of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right? Okay? America, the whole 48 continental states of America is going to be fucking destroyed, man. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be a speedy riddance because you got, when you look at the way that in geopolitics, how all of these different countries are basically siding with each other against America. Even America's allies are doing backdoor agreements with America's enemies. Then you would clearly see how how the prophecies are going to be eventually fulfilled. What's going to be the outcome of this third world's war, and that's America's destruction. All right, because Russia ain't going to be destroyed. China's not going to be destroyed. You're going to have certain portions of those countries that's going to get hit with missiles, but they're not going to be utterly destroyed. All right, because you got a lot of different countries that are making deals with Russia and China to this day. And some of them secretly going against America. All right? So America is that country that's going to be destroyed because it's Babylon the Great, as spoken of in Revelations, in the book of Revelations, and throughout different prophetic books written by the holy prophets in the Bible. All right? So the Lord says he's going to make a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Okay? And when you do some research, man, on oh man, like I did some research on the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After I seen the movie Oppenheimer, I did a little bit of research on the bombing of Hiroshima and the bombing of Nagasaki, man. And you had some survivors who gave their accounts, because they wasn't necessarily close to ground zero. They were more like on the outer skirts of where ground zero happened. Okay, so they didn't get, they did. So of course they didn't die. That's why they gave an account. All right, and their accounts were horrific. Horrific, and it seems surreal. From what I read. All right, for instance, you had one of them Japs that said, basically they said, when the bomb hit in Hiroshima, of course, like I said, they wasn't around ground zero. They were some distance away from ground zero and managed to survive. That the blast from the light of the bomb exploding basically fucked them up, blinded them for a bit, and they was real discombobulated from the shock waves of the fucking bomb expanding out and just totally eradicating everything. Totally eradicating everything in the atmosphere. All right. So, so they was fucked up over that, man. And, as they started to come to, they was all, they was discombobulated behind it. And as they started to come to, they woke up, their vision started to get clearer and everything. And they were still semi out of it. But when they looked around at their community, shit wasn't there no more. They was shocked. They was basically in shock. Like they didn't know where the fuck they was at. All right. So imagine being where you at in your home. The store down the street. You got the grocery store. You got the laundromat over there. You got the the supermarket, okay, maybe the Chinese store and all this kind of shit. Imagine a bomb coming. You survive this fucking bomb, all right? And not even just all these different stores and supermarkets, your neighbor's house and all this kind of shit. And after it's over, that that blast of light somewhat blinds you, and then you get all shocked, from the from the effect of the bomb shaking the ground like an earthquake, and you discombobulated and you come to, and you don't know your fucking house is not there no more. Your neighbor's house is not there no more. The laundromat, the street that you don't even know what street you on no more. It's almost like you went through a fucking portal, man. Like in a goddamn Twilight Zone or something, man. Okay? Alright? This is how intense and real this shit is, man. And that was in 1945 during World War II. Okay? Missiles, the technology of these weapons of mass destruction have certainly elevated and graduated since then. Okay? That's why there ain't gonna be nobody left in America, man. Alright? That's why in America there's not gonna be nobody left, man. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17, it says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay? The Medes represent the Russians. That's why in Zephaniah, the first chapter in the 18th verse, it says, neither your gold or your silver is going to be able to deliver you. Alright? Yeah, man, because this shit going to hit the fan, man. Once one nuclear missile goes off, every fucking nuclear missile is going to go off after that. Alright? And even in the Russian nuclear declaration, they tell you that if you launch one nuclear missile at any city in Russia, they're going to unleash all their missiles all together. Alright? So the Lord is brewing this third world's war up, man. It's not going to be, oh shit, DC's going to get hit with a nuclear missile. Or like how World War II was, when Hiroshima and Nagasaki were the only two cities that ever felt the effect of an atomic bomb. Atomic warfare. Okay? The Lord is going to let these missiles fly out from all over. Alright? All countries with nuclear capability, their missiles is going to reach the shores of America. And of course, America's going to return missiles. But America has enemies all over the fucking world. Alright? And all these other countries view America as their primary enemy. Therefore, making America the primary target for nuclear destruction. Alright? It reads, it says, Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Yeah, that's right, man, because, hey, man, this is war at the end of the day. Alright? There's no real rules in the engagement of war. Children ain't going to be spared. Right? In this case, talking about America's children, the children of America, the people who represent America, America's armies, 5 branches of the military, right? It reads on to say, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, which is talking about America, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you know anything about the Holy Bible, you read Genesis, the 18th and 19th chapters, it goes into the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, how the Most High, Yahweh, rained fire on those cities, all right? For the same shit that's going on in America today, namely homosexuality. Okay? It reads on to say, it shall never be inhabited. Yeah, man. It's not going to ever be inhabited. This place is going to become a mass desert. It says, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. There ain't going to be no survivors, man. No survivors. Okay? If you're not of the Lord's elect, first of all, if you're not an Israelite, okay, a so-called Negro, Latino, or North American Indian, or descended from that line, that paternal lineage, all right, you ain't got a chance in making it, okay? And within that nation, you have to be elected. You have to be chosen, all right? This is not talking about we're gonna take a vote, okay? Or we're gonna have a vote on who's deemed to be righteous of the Lord. No, you're gonna be elected by Yahweh Shai, okay? All right, and we can sort of get an idea of who the elect is by those that are diligently doing this work, okay, and that have faith, according to faith and confidence and trust in the Lord. All right, it says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Okay, there the word Arab means mix. in America is nothing but a mixture of fucking nations, man. All nations. This is a goddamn melting pot. Okay? It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right? So once America's destroyed, it's going to be a dwelling place for all kind of desert creatures. Creatures that can survive the radiation and survive without living in with vegetation and water and such. Okay? All right? Desert dwelling creatures. All right? And these days, in America's days, are numbered, man. The Lord said these days ain't going to be prolonged. All right? So I'm going to end this video on that note. Say Shalom, Baba Rakim to you brothers out there. Keep pushing, keep fighting, doing the work. Abba Ratazah. See you in the next one. Shalom.